Well, good day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the channel. We are on our way in to look at the car we've got for today. And lo and behold, it's another GTR, and it's exactly the same car as we were running yesterday, but with one slight difference. This no longer has the engine that yesterday's car had. This is an engine swap. It carries the R92 engine, and it's running something around 987 brake horsepower. Let's have a look at the settings. This one's a little bit more restricted. It's actually carrying the R92CP, the R34Z engine, 987 brake horsepower. The performance points 794.48. Medium tyres, fully customizable suspension, all default differential, customizable, all default. Downforce on the rear, all of it. On the front, all of it. We've got exactly the same setup as yesterday's car. Now, why didn't I just put yesterday's car, swap the engine? Well, this is 1.6 million credits to put the engine in this car. Yesterday we lost about 3 million credits buying two cars, fully customizing them and doing this, but it's worth it, I promise you. So the ECU, oh, forgive me, front splitter, side skirts, rear valance, rear wing, custom, level high, 20N plates. And I believe inside is a roll cage. So with the roll cage, we haven't changed the badge. We've left the GTR badge in place for the mark. ECU 100% customized, 100% no changed. Ballast, power restrictor, no change. Transmission, fully customizable racing. We've upped that to 410. We need to try and do a bit of fuel saving, just a smidgen, and we also got a car that takes a lot to handle. So medium RPM turbo, everything is default until we get down to brake system, racing slotted discs, racing pads, brake controller, haven't moved it. This thing's four-wheel drive, probably don't need to move it. Clutch and flywheel is set to normal. I actually think we can go and put that in, and I might just do that, folks, so consider that to be upgraded. I'm going to go and pop that in. We'll just change that. Carbon prop shaft, there are no tuning parts available. We've done all the weight restrictions, and that level 5 is 300k. Increased body rigidity installed. Let's go and there she is. Let's put that in. So that drops the PP. Happy days. Here you go. You can see it installed there. Now racing clutch and flywheel 791.33. Let's get to the race. And here we are at the track, folks. It's the World Touring Car 800. We're at Sardegna Road Track 8. My setup: assists, traction control 1, default ABS, active stability management on, counter steer on strong. My controller settings are personal. These work for me based on a G29 and a set of pedals that are out of a G20 and are customized. So my controller steering sensitivity is 5. I've been using that for about 4 weeks since somebody tells me it actually affects the steering wheels as well. Force feedback max torque 5, force feedback sensitivity 6. Both of these are set personal to me because that's what I feel best. I did used to have force feedback sensitivity on 5 until I moved it up 1 and thought, oh, that's actually better. However, the race, we're going to be tackling this with a one-stop approach, I think, today. I think we're going to get the cut. We could go 2-stop, but we've done that lots. We've done 3-stop. Somebody said I could actually do a 4-stop, the speed that we go, but hey, let's not. We're going to do this a 1-stop. We're going to try and be stationary, and we're going to see if these stationary once for the shortest amount of time, and we'll see if we can get this car to the end in first place. Fuel map down to 6. Not forgetting, this is the engine out of the R92. It's an absolute animal, and I'm going to have to drive it steadily even on fuel map 6 because I miss braking points in this bad boy. Yesterday's car was really drivable. It was just, you could position it wherever you wanted to on the track and it would absolutely hammer it. Mr. Wilk just sliding about in front of us, wanting to be in the way. 13 laps possible, but I don't think the tyres will get there. So I think we're going to go 8 laps first stint and 7 laps second stint. Saying hello to Mr. Solis. 2 hellos to Mr. Solis. Gonna go over, but we don't actually benefit from grass in all. Well, we do. We got past the 458. Not the best brakes in second and first. Probably need to use more engine braking. Front tyres are looking a bit sus. They all braked around that corner. I've still got front end damage. We're up to 13th place. Not the fastest lap out there, but we're only going to be stationary once. We did it more at Tokyo, you know. We benchmarked the cars on whether they were drivable, fast, what times they were doing, what lap times they were doing. I think it's more keen at Tokyo to do that. Here, it really is more about just how you're going to enjoy the race. This is so much easier, this race, to win. And you've got so many cars that are competitive. But a bit like Tokyo, there's lots of cars. This one, much easier to get that clean race bonus. You're going to earn more money on this race, definitely. Oh, we came in really deep there. The car just didn't want to slow down. Got to be careful, got the front end damage still. So at Tokyo it was a little bit more about getting the clean win and the clean race bonus, and that's such a tighter race than this. There's much more length of the track. There's more laps. There's 15 laps, whereas there's 12 at Tokyo. And the track is more technical. This is not a technical track as Tokyo, definitely not. And there's conditions to mess with at Tokyo with a drying track. Totally different tyres. 139. We could be being challenged here for the fastest lap of the race by somebody like Fraga or similar. I'd like this to be a very low 25-minute race. That would be good. It would make this pretty much equal to the R92. It'd be interesting to see who won the race between the R92 and this car. And it would have been good to take this car as the final car to the custom race at the end, but we know what we've got coming. I've got to find a special car that we'll be able to use for that final race. I've been trying Ferraris, and somebody's mentioned a Ferrari I hadn't tried this morning, so I might just try that one and see if that will come to the party. The 458 road car GR3 might work. That's already in this race. I've tried the F40, I've tried the F50. Fuel consumption is so poor with those cars that we have to try and find something else. So lap 3, we're up to 6th place. Tyres on the front are looking a bit sus. We're up with Mr. Fraga. We now have a 38.158. Lap times are improving. I'm not overly chasing the race because I know we've got a 30-second advantage over these guys already, and I want to make sure I have a clean race. I haven't had a clean race, i.e. not stuffed it in the gravel or spun it, for a little while now, and I think with some of the comments that aren't negative, they're not negative at all, they're just telling me I can do better, so subliminally beneath what they're saying come on, sort it out. So I'll try that. But I do appreciate the amount of comments I'm getting. You guys are doing wonders. I appreciate there are a good core now of widowers, widowmakers, matrixes, whatever we decided we were going to call everybody, because I don't like to call you chat. I think that's a little bit insensitive. But I know that's what you do and that's what you're doing. But you're not. You're watchers, you're viewers, you are subscribers, you are members, you are everything and everything to this channel. We've got a car coming up the inside. That's Mr. Fraga, just not entirely happy. Mr. Portilla's gone to the pits. But I want to produce good content and good races, and I want to keep you interested. So let's get back into the commentary then, and let's stop waffling. Mr. Beauvoir now loses the race from Mr. Mendoza. We will break on the 150 and get this thing tucked into that corner. We're in third, Fraga is in fourth, Ordonez 5, Grady 6, Lopez 7, Mr. Rubilar in 8th place. We are just making sure we can get to lap 8. Front right tyre is looking the worst hit. I wonder what this should be like flat out. Going 4 laps, taking the fuel, nucleing the tyres. I would just have to be so more in charge of the car, and I don't want to be, because it's lazy grinding. That's what I'm interested in today. Had a busy day, I've been out all day, and this is my chill out time, same as it is yours. I'm actually full of cold because I've been out in the wind and the rain. So Mendoza and Beauvoir are about to go to the pits. Or are they? Are they going to go long? Are they one stopping? They're a bit quick for one stopping. We've got ABS on a lot. They've both gone to the pits, so we're going on to lap 6. Fastest lap of the race, a 1:38.082. They've all gone to the pits. 2 stoppers on the 5 laps. Once they've all come out the pits, we've all got 1 stop to go. Mr. Hizal, 23.634. He's a 1 stopper. Clear track in front of us now. We can run some faster laps with no interruptions. Just got to keep control of my capabilities. Grassy knoll corner is always the trickiest one. We're half a second up. That's what happens. We get a bit lazy. So we're 25 seconds ahead of Portilla. And he will be taking his second pit stop, probably about the same time as us. There's a 1:37.7. So the fuel weight is dropping off. We've actually got just under 7 laps of fuel left. That would be about a lap and a half short. We could put hards on, you know, and potentially no stop this with short shifting all the way down the start finish straight. We've not done a no stop, have we? We haven't done a no stop. Mediums definitely won't go a no stop. Somebody suggested we do a 4-stop. No, I couldn't imagine being a member of the pit crew with that being the case. So again, 37.3 faster lap. This is our last stop before we pit. .7 laps of fuel. So we're only going to need 7 laps of fuel when we come out of the pits. We're 28 seconds ahead of Mr. Portilla. I wonder how many times you guys are running these races with these cars. Are you actually grinding them? Are you actually earning the credits and racking them up? Let me know how you're doing. Or is it costing you lots of money to build them up? I don't know. We're going to go to 8 laps of fuel, and then we're going to come out of the pits on 8 laps. We're going to have 1 lap spare. We're going to see if we can absolutely nail a quickie maybe. We're 30 odd seconds ahead. There we go, 8 laps of fuel. A little bit of a delay. We got the wrong gear coming out the pits. Mr. Portilla goes in. We did fuel save a little bit as we were running round. Hizal goes in for his 1 stop, the same as us. Got a little bit of flashing ABS. I think that's me resting my foot on the pedal. We don't have it when we're going down the straight, so we're just 20 seconds ahead of Mendoza, but they're going to stop one more time. There's the back end getting squirrely as we boot the throttle. Here we go, on to the fastest lap. Make the engine do the braking. We've got 7 laps of fuel left, but we've only got 6 laps to go. Quarter of a second up there on the purple on sector 1. We're going to brake on about the 180. Three-quarters of a second up. That went down to second. And here we are, we're lapping cars on lap 10. That seems to be the most common time to be lapping cars. 28 seconds up on Mr. Mendoza. And I know he'll be going to the pits fairly soon as we feather the throttle round there. You can't keep it buried. A 136.7, well, there we go. It's coming down. I know on a set of softs you'd probably do a 132 with this car. With some honing of the setup, you could probably get it into the 29s. You could have it as fast as the R92, sorry. Inestrosa in 20th place. Yes, Mendoza goes to the pits with 31 seconds in the lead. There's Solis and Wilk. Where's Gallo? He can't be too far up the field. He really can't. It's Miazano. Is Miazano running out of fuel? This is not going to be a 36. Portilla's now up into second, some 43 seconds back. He's going to be pitting at the end of 12. Who's that ahead? Is that Wilk? Looks to be. That was a lap in the 38s, but we were trafficking, so. Sounds like a proper race car in front of us, doesn't it? Front right is the front tyre, just starting to show wear. 44 seconds ahead of Portilla. We come round to finish lap 12. 45 seconds in the lead. We've got 3 laps to go and 4 laps of fuel, so we're absolutely tip-topperoo on fuel. We don't need to worry about that at all. Tyres are looking good. Mr. Portilla's gone to the pits. It's took us a while to catch up to another car, hasn't it? There's going to be a little flurry of pit stops fairly soon, and I think we'll really start to overtake a number of cars, unless they've all done their second pit stop, which was back on lap 10. Mr. Bishop, we need to try and get above lapping number 11. That would be a better sign of a decent car. If we lapped up to like something like 6th place, that would be decent. 2 laps to go. We've got all the fuel we need. Just like the last video, this car is absolutely awesome to drive. You just need to know where your braking points are. We haven't done any tuning of the brakes. We haven't moved the brake balance anywhere. Right front looks like the one that's being punished. We could actually move the drive, the power delivery a little bit to the rear maybe. Take the punishment off the front for pulling us out of corners. But we're doing great. 1 minute 13 ahead. I don't think anybody's arguing about where this car is at all in its capabilities, but it's one that you need to consider. I think it's absolutely awesome. It sounds good. I don't think it sounds Corvette good, but I think it's pretty damn good. We've got a gaggle in front of us that we need to just dispatch behind us. If we can overtake this lot on this next lap. Beauvoir goes to the pit, so that's another one that we can catch. Don't know whether he's going to bob out in front of us. 2 laps left of fuel, 1 lap to go. There's the fastest lap of the race, a 1:36.6. We must have passed a few cars in the pit stops there, because we're up into 10th place on the lapping. We're ahead of where we are on the last time we ran this with the 34. One minute 18 in the lead ahead. I think we're in the top 10 now, aren't we, on lapping, so nobody's arguing. Mr. Rubbelaar, who we've shown our capability to a number of times, we're just going to give him the grass just to make sure he knows where we are. Could be the fastest lap of the race, this one. It is, before we pound it into the wall and lose that fastest lap of the race. But here she is, folks, 2 corners to go. I can leave it up to you to decide what you want to do. Whether you want to go and take this on a no-stopper, I think it's capable. I actually think it's an absolute beaut, and it's probably worth a dig actually, just for me to grind some extra cash. But it has to be on hard tyres. And there we have her, not in the iconic blue, in like a pearl white for me. Absolutely stunning car, with only damage put onto it with the last lap. There you have it. Under 25 minutes, the second car to do a sub 25, and it's the same engine. Fastest lap of the race was lap 14, a 1:36. We lapped up to 7th place, and if I remember, the R92 lapped up to 6th, which tells us where it is. You've got time for a beer and a pee at this rate, folks, every time you've done that. And there she is. Takes us back over the 12 million, over 12.5. Well, there you have it, folks. I'm going to leave that with you. What do you think? Do you think it's worth it having a go at a no stop? Let me know if you want a no stopper video and we'll do one. We'll throw one in extra. But if that's where we want to be, thank you very much for watching, folks. Thanks for liking, subscribing. We'll see you on the next one. All the best. Take care. Bye now.